A researcher decided to do something very few people would ever dare to do. He spent months interviewing more than 400 prostitutes. Not driven by curiosity, not driven by scandal, he was driven by a silent obsession. His goal was to discover what makes a man lose value in a woman's eyes. And what he found was far more disturbing than he imagined. Most men believe a woman loses desire because of one single mistake, a bad message or a failed date. But no. What this researcher discovered is that loss of value doesn't happen with noise. It happens in silence. It is gradual, almost invisible, until one day she simply sees you with different eyes and you have no idea why. Here is the brutal part. It does not matter how much emotional energy you invest. It does not matter how hard you try to please her. It does not matter how present you are. If you send the wrong signals, desire shuts off instantly. And the most painful part is that not even she can explain it. Her body reacts before her mind understands. Power is not lost through great defeats, but through tiny gestures that reveal weakness and emotional dependence. When a man acts from need, from fear of losing, he has already started losing. This video is not for the man who wants to please. It is for the man who wants to understand how attraction truly works beneath the surface. Because female desire, like power, is not fair and not logical. It is biological. Anyone who does not understand the invisible rules is destined to be discarded without explanation, no matter how much effort they invest. Today, I am not going to tell you how to make a woman like you. I am going to show you which behaviors destroy your value, even when you believe you are doing everything right, without realizing the damage. Because the enemy is not your body and not your money. The real enemy is what you communicate without realizing it. The signals you send unconsciously shape how she perceives your value from the start. And if you are willing to see the truth without excuses, by the end of this video, you will understand something almost nobody knows. How to never lose value and why that matters more than approval. Most men lose value not when they are rejected, but long before. They lose it in invisible gestures, in poorly handled silence, and in micro-actions that expose anxiety and emotional instability. They lose it when they stop a stimulus and become emotional spectators. One of the most common mistakes is early emotional overexposure, showing too much interest too fast without control. This is read by a woman's body as a lack of options. At a biological level, desire does not respond to abundance. It responds to scarcity, selectiveness, and what feels difficult to fully obtain. Another silent mistake is being too available, replying instantly, canceling plans and restructuring your life around her schedule sends a clear message that you have nothing more important. And even though it sounds romantic, it lowers your perceived value. It projects a lack of direction. The worst mistake of all is constantly seeking validation and fearing the loss of her attention.